All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great session with the presidential candidate of the fictional Common Sense People's Party. Now, with each passing day, it becomes increasingly obvious that Nigerians will never see the change they desire if we do not get up and physically begin to demonstrate. It was former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi, who stated earlier this month that the reason our politicians, including himself, continue to steal is because Nigerians are too docile and we will not react to anything. He said, give them a thief as a leader. Nigerians will not protest. They will embrace it. And that is why the leaders continue to suck us dry. About a week later, Obi's running mate, Dati Baba Ahmed, said, only protest can get Nigerians the democracy they desire. He said no justice of the Supreme Court will give anybody democracy. This statement from Dati caused a lot of heated debates on both TV, print, and social media. And it was rumored that the DSS wanted to arrest Dati for saying this simple but bitter truth. Now, some prominent men from the southwest, Yoruba men, have come out to say, listen, Nigerians, you will never get a revolution through the ballot. This is an express call to the people to begin heavy protest. And it seems like we are talking too much online, but this momentum has to build. I love this momentum. It has to build so that when Nigerians finally take to the streets, there will be no going back. This man openly gingered Nigerians to shift their focus away from trying to vote in a right leader. He said nothing can happen through the ballot, that if Nigerians desire any change, they must do it through physical demonstrations and confrontations. But before I show you what he said and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this video that proves further how useless the APC government is. We had a situation in Nigeria where corruption and insensitivity of government took the center stage. Now, a similar thing occurred in Malawi. Look at how the president of Malawi handled it.
I know that there will be some who created this mess that I'm now cleaning up, who will be the loudest in calling me names, claiming that I am the problem, and calling on citizens to attack me. But I'm not intimidated by that. I'm here to serve Malawians. And to do so, I'm prepared to do things that are painful as long as they are the right things. The most painful thing by far has been the recent devaluation of our currency to correct the false value of the kwacha based on nothing and rebuild true value in the kwacha based on production of exports. I know that this decision has caused a lot of pain, and I know that all of us now have to make big adjustments in spending so that we can prioritize those areas that are most productive and stay the course until our economy becomes productive and profitable again. In making those painful adjustments, I myself have to lead by example. This is why, effective immediately, all of my international trips between now and the end of the fiscal year, beginning with my trip to COP28 at the end of this month, are canceled. By extension, I'm putting a freeze on all public-funded international trips for all public officers at all levels, including those in parastatus, until the end of the financial year in March. In fact, all cabinet members currently abroad on public-funded trips must return to Malawi with immediate effect. Any travel deemed absolutely necessary by anyone during that period must be submitted to my office for my personal authorization. Secondly, I order that all fuel entitlements for cabinet ministers, principal secretaries, Directors and all members of senior management of public institutions should be cut in half with immediate effect. Thirdly, until further notice, I order the Secretary, the President, and Cabinet to circulate to all public institutions a criteria for local trainings and local travel that will be acceptable, as well as a cap on how much of their budgets can be spent on allowances for such trainings and trips. By doing this, I am effectively ending the practice of draining public coffers to spend on allowances for useless activities.
You heard him. That was the president of Malawi, Lazarus Chakwera. He devalued the Malawian currency, kwacha, just like TINUBU floated the naira here in Nigeria. And just as it happened here, life became more difficult for the people of Malawi. But their own president led by example. He cancelled all his own foreign trips, then went further to cancel government-funded foreign trips for all top officials in that country. He began cutting down seriously on the cost of governance to show the people that he was really sincere. That's how you know a man that wants to change the country. But in Nigeria here, after floating naira and removing subsidy, TINUBU gave National Assembly members billions to share. He bought SUVs worth 160 million naira each for 300 House of Rep members. He used 13.5 billion to renovate his office and the VP Shetima's office. 1.5 billion to renovate the office of the First Lady that is not even constitutional. He bought a yacht for 5 billion naira. Now look at the difference between him and the president of Malawi. Use your tongue to count your teeth. Now, let's get to the issue of the clamor for protests. 2 days ago, the presidential candidate of AAC, Omoyele Sowore, told Nigerians to brace up for the protest of their lives. He said this is going to be the greatest ever, and Nigerians are not demanding for anything else but for us to begin to do the right thing. If anybody did not win and he was called a winner, Nigerians demand for the right thing to be done. And few hours ago, Dele Farotimi tweeted this: "Fellow victims of Nigeria, lend me your ears. Let those able to read my words explain to those unable to. We cannot vote our way out of this mess." Now, this is another level of realization. Many people knew this and they warned at the beginning, but some people said, no, let us give it a try and see how it turns out. Now, people have tried it and they have seen that it does not work. So it is now time to gather the momentum. And this time around, it is legit, because people try to go legit and you showed them that they couldn't achieve it that way. So now Nigerians are gathering the momentum to become forceful. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Look at some of the tweet reactions. This tweet by Engineer Shaibu says, "This is nothing but the truth. We cannot vote ourselves out of this mess." And this tweet here says, "The ballot or the bullet. We are inching towards the latter, as the former has become a ruse under the APC." Oh, and this tweet says, "It is not possible. Voting is a scam." Yes. And this tweet by Farmers of Thought says, "I still dey talk am. If we fold our hands like this till 2000 years, they go continue to dey rule us. They no send. And even God knows say, now only us fit save us." Wow. And this tweet by Marvelous says, "No measure can vote our way out. A show of force must take place. Else." And this tweet here says, "The solution to Nigeria's problem would not come through voting." Wow. This tweet here says, "Truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth." Now, let me stop here. The tweet by Dele Farotimi, the last time I checked, had over 3,000 comments by youths from different parts of this country. And this is more than just online noise. There is an energy that is waiting to be tapped into. And no one else can tap into that energy except those that were robbed in the 2023 presidential election. For a protest or a revolution to stand the test of time and sustain through affliction, it has to be orchestrated by prominent men. So in this regard, Labour Party and PDP should get up and do the needful. Anyway, make I leave am here. Make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una na I dey here. So don't go away. Don't go away.